जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय यशोदा नंदन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय यशोदा नंदन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय यशोदानंदन जय व्रज जन रंजन जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोतार शत शिष्यमात अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोतार शत शिष्यमात भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद श्रील गौर किशोर दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद शिव सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद वैष्णव सर्वभाव शिव जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ जीव गोपाल भट्ट दस रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय शिवपुर धाम की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय जमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी देवी की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shiguro Shiyuta Padakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Vandeham Shiguru Shiyuta Padakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakkanvitam Sya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Hemavadibhya Chavisundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namaha Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. So today we can continue our regular classes, and I choose the topic today, just start Bhagavad Gita and just review of Bhagavad Gita, because some people, they ask, Chiranjeevi Prabhu asked me, so I decided, why not? So today we will start from the beginning, actually. The first chapter on first shloka. And yeah, 1 second. In Bangalore we already started, but now we can again start, no problem. Thank you for attending and for support. Rupa Sanatan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Very happy to see you. So today, by the mercy of our Guru Varga, by the mercy of Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, our previous acharyas, by the mercy of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Shri Radha Krishna, today we can continue Krishna Katha in our channel. Also, some people joined in YouTube and Facebook also. Dhritarashtra vacha dharma kshetri kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kimma kurvata sanjaya. Yes. Dhritarashtra vacha. King Dhritarashtra said, Dharma Kshetra, in the place of pilgrimage, Kurukshetra, in the place named Kurukshetra, Samaveta, assembled, Yutsavaha, desiring to fight, Mamaka, my party, sons, Pandava, the sons of Pandu, Cha, and Eva, certainly, Kim, what, Akurvata, did they do, Sanjaya, O Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? This is a purport given by Srila Prabhupada. I read the purport and we will discuss it. Bhagavad Gita is a widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is a specific standard of the Gita. It is a perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. So the topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya as described in the Mahabharata from the basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharma Kshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons and on the battlefield. Because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably, because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa, and therefore by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra, even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belonged to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra and his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana and others would be wiped out, and the truly religious persons headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the word Dharmakshetra and Kurukshetra, apart from their historical and Vedic importance. Dharmakshetra Kurukshetre Samavetayayutsavaha Mamakah Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So now we just start this Bhagavad Gita, and there are different divisions of Bhagavad Gita. The one of that is given by Baladev Vidyabhushana, and Srila Prabhupada is following him. Like, it is called, the first chapter is called Sainya Darshana. Sainya Darshana, like we have in translation, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Another name given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is yoga. So every chapter is yoga, one type of yoga. Yoga means connection. Actually, the same meaning like in Latin language, they have religio, religion. The same, I connect means religio, connection. So the same meaning actually. And there are different type of yoga. There's 18 yogas. It means what can connect us with Bhagavan, with the Supreme Lord. There are different, like we can say, situations. In any situation, we can be connected with Him. So Bhagavad Gita starts from Arjuna Vishada Yoga, that is called connection in despair, in the grief, in a very heavy situation. So therefore Bhagavad Gita is this type of scripture is fitting to everyone, to any religion and any person, because we speak about original religion. For example, when I'm in Russia and sometimes people ask me that, are you Indian? Because you're chanting Hare Krishna, and I said, I'm not Indian, this is universal religion, religion for all mankind. But in India, many Indians ask me, are you Russian or Indian? You became Indian or you're Russian? Sometimes we have difference in the traditions and culture, because we're born in different background, we can say, with different background. So therefore, sometimes people say this is Russian devotees, Indian devotees, American devotees, because they behavior a little bit different. Or accent, I don't know, my accent is like Russian or not. But when I'm speaking, but when we're acting, sometimes quite different. Because in Russia, people more like science, so they're more scientific. In India, I saw the preaching is different, because people already connect with different type of religion. So therefore, you're preaching like you are Hindu, so you become real Hindu, like that. But in my country, we all mix, so preaching is to everybody, and just based on science. Like my Guru Maharaj, he is giving classes to many people, big audience, just local people. They don't know about Hare Krishna. Like thousands people can come and they listen. And he explained about Trinada Pisunichena, what does it mean? Just and ordinary people listen and they, very nice. And finally at the end, they chant together Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, like that. That is happening therefore so many devotees in my country. So, that was historically, just not only now, maybe now a little bit less, because of this situation. And everybody is traveling, moving everywhere. And now we take this observing armies and also connection in despair. What does it mean then? The Prabhupada said this is summarizing this. In Gita Mahatmya there is glorification of Gita. We can see that Bhagavad Gita is glorified as the real, Prabhupada said, theistic science, that means real knowledge of the religion. And here Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, they're discussing this philosophy, and Bhagavad Gita starts from bhaya, from the emotion of fear, bhaya rasa, bhayanaka rasa. Dhritarashtra is feeling so much fear. What can happen? Because he is too much attached to his position. And we see that is how we can be connected in despair, because in despair we are so much attached and we need to limit our greed. We need to become free from our attachments. But how to do it? Like, for example, during the inauguration time, the king is always sitting under the white umbrella. One time, one disciple asked his guru, there is no sun here. It is shadow place. But why this white umbrella is here? Guruji, please explain me. Because this white umbrella is not protecting the king from this scorching sun, because it is shadow. But why there is white umbrella? And Guruji answered, this white umbrella indicates the law of dharma, the law of religion. If such a king will violate principles of dharma, then he will lose this protection of dharma. This is umbrella, means dharma, and dharma is protecting. Dharma rakshati rakshitaha. Who is protecting dharma, he is protected by dharma. So here the same situation is, Dhritarashtra is having fear. Because this is the place of dharma, dharma kshetra. And he is thinking what he can do. What he can do now. He is doubtful. Is it dharma or adharma? because they are actually fighting against Krishna. That is the situation. And that is like we can say, we have to, whatever position we are, in whatever position we are, we have to move towards the highest dharma. There are different types of dharma. There is loka dharma. Loka dharma means like tradition accepted in some community. Like people, they're accepting. For example, in one place I was preaching and people, they said to me, when we are taking vegetarian food, we are sitting on the asana, but when we are taking meat, we are sitting on the floor. Because this food is tamasic. I said, but it is not according to Shastra. That is their local dharma, loka dharma. Or we say local dharma. Loka dharma, what people say, is not accepted, not supported by Shastra, but we are accepting it, we are following it. There is deha dharma, that means dharma of our body. Our body means to eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Yeah? Ahara nidra bhaya maithunya, that is bodily dharma, bodily needs. And then there is mano dharma, mind is always speculating. So some people, in my country, people read many books. That was established by communists. People were all literal. But some people, they read too many books. They're just reading and dreaming about another life. So that is also mano dharma. And another thing is varna ashrama dharma. And the highest is, the topmost is Sanatana dharma. But sometimes people cannot follow Sanatana dharma. So in order to develop qualification, to be qualified, they have to go and they have to follow Varna Ashrama Dharma. And Varna Ashrama Dharma helps them to become more qualified for Sanatana Dharma. So the goal is Sanatana Dharma. And what does it mean? Sometimes people not understand, misinterpreting this. Because we use the Sanatana Dharma, like our eternal Dharma, yes, okay. What does it mean? Because we have our eternal relationship with Krishna. Krishna Nitya Sambandha. That is Sanatana Dharma. That means that should be established by the representative of Krishna. In the process of Diksha, we are we are like getting this special relationship, Krishna Sambandha. Guru established this. And now disciple is connected with Krishna. Not like, oh, everybody is having this. No. Yes, we are having eternal relationship, but always it is getting broken. So this is a relationship always getting broken. Now it is okay, after some time again broken. Because this body is not eternal. For some time we are getting this body. But also we have karma. And karma is not allowing us. Our body is an obstacle in Krishna bhajan. How to serve Krishna, how to please Krishna. That is Sanatana Dharma. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktira dokshaje. Ahaituke pratihata yayatma suprasidati. So that our body is an obstacle. So how to overcome this obstacle? So therefore it is said, divya jnanam tatoda yat kuryat papasya sankshayat tasmad diksheti saprokta. So that means diksha means to kshayati. Kshayati means to destroy our karma and to give divya jnana, divya and kshayati. Yes, this is two parts of this word diksha. So that means when the Sadguru, the bona fide spiritual master, establish our relationship with Krishna, at the same time he breaks our connection, our sambandha with material world. So that means he is taking our karma. And by the help of the spiritual master, we can very easily advance on this spiritual path. So this is Sanatana Dharma, but when we are not qualified for that, we are just receiving Diksha as a mercy, but we are not qualified. Many of us, like my Guru Maharaj, when I was getting Diksha, he said, if you are not at all qualified, but if you wait, when qualification will come, it would never happen. So therefore you just depend on the mercy of Guru and surrender. So that means Varna Ashrama Dharma is helping to us also. Because we can, by following that, we can slowly develop qualification. And then it's why Prabhupada said, why Prabhupada was always quoting Mahaprabhu's words. Bharata bhumi hoile manusya janma jar, janma sarta kori para upakar. That means who was born in Bharata, his special duty to receive Krishna consciousness, to develop Krishna consciousness and spread it all over the world. Why? Because in Bharata, in India, there is Varna Ashrama Dharma. So, for example, in the country where I was born, there is no Varna Ashrama Dharma. So, therefore, we have little bit different standard, different system. Whatever you can do in Russia, you cannot do in India. But one time I asked, Sripad Chandra Maharaj, he said that in the Western world, always difficulties for renounced people. And we ask him, but if somebody is living in the Western world, but still he is in the renounced order, that means it's very elevated devotee. He said, yes, and we should give respect to him because actually very difficult to stay in the Western world. But actually this culture which is established in India already, it gives a great opportunity to travel everywhere and preach and to spread this Sanatan Dharma everywhere. It requires determination. So, and now we see this is despair. Like it is said, the paddy field, here is connection is. That in the religious field of Kurukshetra, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana and others would be wiped out, and the truly religious person headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. So that means now Bhagavad Gita starts from that the unnecessary plants in the paddy field, unnecessary plants, anarthas, we can say, anartha, should be taken out. From it is expected from the very beginning of these topics. So, when the despair is coming, when the fear is coming, we have to understand that we have to give up something. In our position, we always should advance towards the topmost Dharma. But if we are not advancing, if we are just running away from our goal of our life, that means we will get several consequences. And that moment Dhritarashtra now, he understands that very heavy consequence is waiting him. So this is the beginning, is the fear. Fear is indication of that we are not following our dharma. We are not following our nature. We are having this fear. So, like for example, what can protect us from that fear? Actually, we cannot give up this fear. That is our nature actually. But what can protect us? So, therefore it is said like Sampradaya Prasiddhi, this disciplic succession. We have fear because we are connected with succession of our family. Family succession. Based on material body. Because my father was having fear, his father was having fear, everybody was having fear. So how can we overcome? But when we get connected with true Sampradaya, with Vaishnava Sampradaya, then we can become free from fear. That is actually, Arjuna, his situation is, he is so much worrying about breaking the family traditions. In this, the first chapter. And this is breaking of the family tradition actually. Because of the beginning of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga starts. So, but Krishna established spiritual sampradaya. Krishna established spiritual succession. So that means we can understand the family in the wider meaning. The wider meaning of the word family, it is actually disciplic succession or sampradaya. And that can help us. Of course, we are having fear, but we are fearful not to satisfy our acharyas, not to satisfy our gurus. So that is our fear. By that we can develop our determination every day. So what we are doing now? We have to fulfill desire of our guru. We have to please our spiritual master. So that means this is called prasiddhi. Some people, they need a very famous guru. They looked how many ashramas he is having, maintaining, how many disciples he is having. But another person see how the source is pure. So not just how much fame and glory is there, but how the source is pure. It doesn't matter for him where this Guruji is situated, how many income he is having, which language he is following, and etc. And which language he is speaking. For him, the purity matters. And also it's very important for him that how this Guru share his knowledge and how he is ready to accept knowledge from Sampradaya, and what he can do for improving this Sampradaya, prasiddhi, and how he is connected with this Sampradaya, what is connection. So by all these things we can understand that we accept true spiritual master or not. So that is the meaning of that. And another meaning here is Kurukshetra. Another meaning is like Kumbha Mela. Kumbha means like cup, actually, in Sanskrit. We know that Kumbha, cup, and Mela means full. The full cup, that is Kumbha Mela. And we know that once in 12 years Kumbha Mela festival is there in India. But that is more connected with movement of Guru and different sadhus. But here Kurukshetra is like Kumbha Mela in different meaning. Because actually this Kurukshetra is full of energy, spiritual energy. That is like big festival. We say it is war, but actually it is like big festival. Why? Because Krishna is there. And Arjuna will do this like yagya. He will fight like fire sacrifice he will do. So this is we can say miracle of Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna in despair, he cannot understand that this kumbha, this cup is full of the spiritual energy, spiritual possibilities. Arjuna just looks at this material, from the material side, how it is very dangerous and what happened like that. And Dhritarashtra also looks like the same. Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya, what will happen? What would happen? Yes, do they fight or not? Like that. Where Dhritarashtra cannot see. But Krishna gives eyes to Arjuna, and by that eyes Arjuna could see that this fighting in Kurukshetra is completely spiritual. That is Kumbha Mela, actually. And finally, everybody will get auspiciousness. Everybody will develop the highest consciousness by that fight in Kurukshetra. That's very nice. So that is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita here. How we can understand it. And all the meaning is very deep. And so, and this is from the beginning, we see that we should give up something. This is the first chapter, we can say, like, before you start your spiritual education, you should give up something. So the teacher is very heavy. So the students, they say, oh, maybe teacher should not come today, or should become sick because they must do whatever they like. I remember my school, this was the same. Teacher was very heavy and nobody liked him. So all disciples, they were thinking, oh, maybe he will not come or he will become sick. So we will go, we'll do whatever we like. So in Mahabharata, Sanjay was having vision. He remaining inside the room, he was able to see what is going on in Kurukshetra battle, and he was able to speak to Dhritarashtra. Similarly, Gurudeva is giving me vision. I am not able to see what in any room, yes? Sripad Chandra Maharaj said that. When he was in Gadaigiri, he could not move because of his legs. He could not move everywhere. Most of the time he was in his room, in the temple room or in the kitchen. But he said, I'm not able to see what in any room, but by Guru's mercy I can see what is happening in any room in guest house. So, no need any camera. Now they have camera everywhere in the temple. But now, before was no camera, just Sripad Chandra Maharaj was sitting in the room and he said, I seeing everything. Here we have no security. Here security is Gopal, he said. And Gopal is showing me. So, how disciple let Guru knows that please control me. How it is happening like that? Actually, in every aspect, whatever we will do or whatever we want to do, we must ask Gurudeva. That means without consulting with Guru, we should not do anything. That way Guru can be our controller. And Guru is saying, we cannot say no. Like somehow this way, and maybe that way Guru Maharaj, and maybe that way is more working. Finally Guru say yes, but that is not under control. That means this, we are not even on the preliminary stage, we are not gone, has not gone. That means still fear is there. Guru give instruction to us so that by following that we can become free from fear. I remember in when this lockdown started in Moscow, we were having ashram, but I was in one apartment at that time. And when lockdown started, immediately government said that you should not leave your apartment, you should not come out, and that lasted maybe 3 months in Moscow. In 3 months nobody could come to me, and I just was alone in this apartment, and one day I became sick. Just at night I got up and all my body was shivering like that. I was having fear. Actually, I was really fearful, and I sent a letter to my Shiksha Guru, Sripad Chandra Maharaj. I asked him, so you gave me instruction, chant japa in the association of devotees, but now I am not with devotees, and actually it is very difficult for me. How to control mind? Then he said to me, you should develop you should develop faith that the holy name, Harinam, is non-different than Krishna. Harinama Prabhu can control everything. So I just wrote down these words and put on my wall. Every day I was chanting this and reading this. Harinama controls everything. So, and by that instruction, my fear is gone. Very soon I was recovered, just by mercy of Guruji. So, and also he said, many people that time were dying out of fear. Just because they are thinking, I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick, they were dying. Actually, maybe they were not so heavily sick. And that's the situation when we staying in Gadagiri, we also became sick because we came during lockdown time. And one time Chaitanya Chandra Maharaj, he said, that time me also was sick. And if I would tell you what type of disease I'm having, so you would die out of fear. But I never told, I just was giving classes. And I gave you medicine, just homeopathic medicine, and everybody was recovered, everybody was cured. So he said, he gave us this explanation how Guru can make disciple free from fear. And when you are becoming free from fear, you can very easily recover. You can very easily become recovered. So this is, we see, Guru is controlling disciple, but by that control, disciple become free from fear, and he can nicely doing seva for Gopal, nicely doing seva for Krishna. So one disciple must see that his Guru is non-different from Ishvara, from Bhagavan. Or we can say that disciple should see how his Guru is having lordship. So all the devotees actually should give pleasure to Krishna. But how to give pleasure to Krishna unless we have faith, Shraddha? So all our doubts should be taken out. Yes. So the first step is Shraddha, faith. So what is that faith is? Shraddha means Hrid Dha, it means to give my heart. That is Shraddha. That is the meaning. Shraddha means by doing some activities for the pleasure of Lord Hari, everything can be done nicely. That is that faith. That is called Shraddha. So no matter in which position you are, sometimes people in India, they approach me and ask, so to become devotee I should be like you, so that means put saffron and become monk? I said no. But many people doubtful, like, is it possible for me to be in family and be pure devotee? I said yes, but many are doubtful because of that fear. We don't know how to become free from fear. By surrendering to Guru, we can become free from all contaminations. There's a fear is one type of contamination actually. And another type of fear is needed. That fear is coming to us as a mercy from Sampradaya Prasidhi, from our Sampradaya. That is fear. How to not displease Krishna. How if I do something and Krishna would not be happy. So I'm thinking about that. If you love somebody, you also have fear. That is natural. But that fear is purifying us in Shuddha Sattva. That is through transcendental fear, we can say. That is nice. But another type of fear connected with our body, bodily relationships. That fear doesn't allow us to come to the lotus feet of Guru. Because if I open my heart to Guru, Guru will chastise me. Oh no, so difficult. Therefore, from the beginning, it is said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Shraddha starts from Sharanagati. When we think that Krishna is only my protector. Abhashya Rokhibe Krishna Vishwasa Palona. Vishwasa, that means faith. Only Krishna will be my protector. There are two types of persons here we can see. Here also in this purport we can see atheist and theist. Nastik and Astik. Nastika and Nastika. So those who are theists, they know only their activities is to serve Bhagavan Krishna for his pleasure. That is their only activity. Therefore, they never aspire for any pleasure from Bhagavan Krishna. We can say that is real Sanatan Dharma. And when they serve Bhagavan Krishna, they don't think that, oh, I will get some pleasure in lieu of their service. So, like, for example, I'm giving classes, I will have many followers. Maybe I will become guru. My Shiksha Guru said, in the presence of your guru, you should never think that you can become guru. And when your guru is not present physically, you should also never think that you can become guru. That means, that is the rule. Even once become guru because disciples want him to become officially guru, he never thinks that he is guru. Inside his heart, he always thinks, I always shishya, I always disciple. So then you're always free from fear. If you think, at once you think, oh, I will get high position, I will become guru, I will become sannyasi, that is a problem. Like Srila Gorgon Swami Maharaj said that actually, who can accept sannyasa who is in the bhava level, bhava stage? Like, I give you an example that Siddhara Swami, the greatest commentator of Srimad Bhagavatam, he was actually, like we can say, maybe from Rudra Sampradaya, but it is not certain, but at least we have some information. And Mahaprabhu glorified him very much. Siddhara Swami is a Swami, the husband. Like if you're not faithful to Swami, that means you become like prostitute. He told to one devotee. So Siddhara Swami, you know how he accepted sannyas. He was grihastha and he was like Brahmana, he was begging alms and going for bhiksha and moving from one place to another place. And everywhere he was seeing Krishna. And one time he saw his wife. He came back to his home and he said, woman gave me bhiksha. And she looked at him, he is like crazy. He doesn't understand that it is his wife. He see everywhere Krishna in the heart. So then everybody understood he is ready to become sannyasi. In this way, we have no problem. If in such a way you have no problem for following sannyasa principles. Otherwise, just we have to become mature. And here, the real taste, they have such a vision in their heart. So they never expect any pleasure from the service because they are already happy when Krishna is pleased. So they are samadarshi. They have equal vision. And later we will see. Krishna is having equal vision, but Arjuna also wants to get equal vision, but he getting trouble of that. He said, I will renounce, I will give up this fighting, I will give up my Gandiva bowl. So, which is what nobody was having access to this Gandiva bowl. Arjuna could kill anybody, even he was angry on Yudhishthira. But now he is throwing this Gandiva. So I cannot fight. Gandiva shramsate hastat. Yes, that means Gandiva is falling down from my hand. So because Arjuna is trying to develop equal vision, just to see everybody is a soul, everybody is equal, yes. But that is level of the Uttamadhikari. But Krishna is saying, you should fight, become like Madhyamadhikari, you should do preaching. So, but this, the real, anyway, the devotee is having this Samadarshi, equal vision. Because everybody is serving Krishna. Therefore, even when Arjuna was fighting, he was seeing that everybody is serving Krishna. I am serving Krishna, they are serving to Krishna. Bhishmadev was fighting against Krishna, but Bhishmadev was doing it as yagya. And Krishna was very happy, but actually it was like some type of blood was coming out from his body when Bhishmadev was sending his arrows. And it looks like arrows pierced Krishna's body, but actually it was like play, like drama. And Krishna was enjoying their relationship, like virya rasa. So the devotee, they don't want to enjoy because they have samadarshi, or another name is tattvadarshi or atmadarshi. They see atma, or they have seen tattva. They tattvadarshi, the knower of tattva. What is tattva? Actually, only tattva, only truth is Krishna. Krishna is the only tattva vastu. And only Atma is Krishna. That means, doesn't mean I am not Atma, yes, but the topmost Atma is only Krishna. So we see only Krishna. We know only Krishna. Atma Vastu, Tattva Vastu. So that means that is Krishna. And those who become Tattvadarshi, the seer of Tattva, they will never see anything material. They're always seeing Bhagavan, they don't see anything material. They don't develop any desire for enjoyment. They don't see gross body or subtle body. Since they have no desire for enjoyment, why they will see gross body and subtle body? So this, what type of darshana they are having? They are not having gross darshana or subtle darshana. No gross vision, subtle vision is there. So what type of vision they are having? Svarupa darshana. So they tattvadarshi, they atmadarshi, and now they samadarshi and they svarupadarshi. Svarupadarsan, that means they understand original constitutional position, own Svarupa and Bhagavan Svarupa, they see that. If you don't understand this Bhagavan Svarupa, you cannot understand Svarupa of your Guruji. Your Gurudev also will be like material person, mortal person. In your vision, that will be Mamsa Darshan. Mamsa Darshan means when you see only Mamsa, the flesh. Mamsa Darshi. Most of the people, they are Mamsa Darshi. They are not Svarupa Darshi, they are not Tattva Darshi, not Atma Darshi. So that is a different vision in this material world. Therefore we can say, we are establishing new civilization. That is different type of civilization. Not that civilization we can see now in this material world. Our civilization is based on true vision. So, when they see everyone is eternal servitor of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is to be served eternally, that darshan they having. And people who turn their face away from Lord Hari, they Hari Vimukha. Hari Vimukha Jiva. That means, Vimukha means turned away. They turn their faces away from Lord Hari. And they become Nashvara. Nashvara means perishable. This is Sanskrit word, Nashvara. So, that means they perishable. When they turn their face from the Lord Hari, they see only temporary things. And they become attached, adyantavanta kaunteya, to whatever is having beginning and end, beginning and end. So in the beginning you get some sense gratification, at the end you get so much miseries. So those who are always engaged in sense gratification, they have no good qualities. And leaving Bhagavan Hari, they realize, oh, something else is there. So therefore, they are unfortunate fellow, we can say. they are so unfortunate. They are bereft of all good intelligence. And they go for always sense gratification. Yes. So, but even devotee, the true devotee, in whatever position he is always pure. There is no sense gratification at all. He may be Shudra, maybe Brahmana, maybe Mlechka, maybe Sannyasi, maybe Grihastha, anywhere, everywhere. So he is actually, because he is Tattvadarshi, he is Swarupadarshi. And what is our Swarup? I am eternal servitor of Krishna, Krishnera Nitya Dasa. I am always serving Krishna. So one becomes enjoyer of senses, how he can recognize Krishna's own man. If you are enjoying so much, sex enjoyment, eating so opulent food, sleeping nicely, how you can recognize Krishna's own man? But Bhagavan Krishna and Bhakta, they are having always all types of good qualities. So those who are not having any good qualities, those who are not having any relationship, any relation with this type of person who's having all good qualities, so they are all offenders. They are committing offenses, aparada. Dveshi, we can say dveshi, that means they are envious. They are envious towards bhaktas. And here they, here they compared with unnecessary plans. It should be taken out. So this is the Kurukshetra battle. So our dvesha, our envy towards bhakta, towards Bhagavan, is unnecessary plan, it should be taken out. And now this situation is here. This situation is here. Because this is seva is nitya dharma. If seva is not there, nitya dharma is not there, then we will suffer from three tapa, three types of heat. Adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika. If there will be no seva dharma, no nitya dharma, then one will suffer from these three tapa, three type of heats. And who has Shraddha, who has faith on Bhakta and Bhagavan, they bound up with love with the lotus feet of Bhagavan, Guru and Bhakta and Vaishnava. So, if there is no love for Bhagavan, what will happen? No love for Bhagavan, no love for Bhakta. Will be only lust, only kama. If someone is not having love for Bhagavan and Bhakta, he will have lust, and due to lust he will go for sense enjoyment. So one time he came to Bhagavan, and after some time he left Bhagavan. That is the reason is Vaishnava vidvesha. Vidvesha, envy towards Vaishnava. Therefore, he left after some time. That situation also we can see. So those who are turning their face towards Bhagavan Krishna, they will develop love for Guru and Vaishnava. And those who will become Vaishnava vidveshi, that means who will be envious towards Vaishnava, they will not have love for Vaishnava, rather they will have love for other than Vaishnavas. And that is called asat priti, love to something not true, who is not truthful object of our enjoyment, of our love. So when that asat priti will be there, love for others than Vaishnava, Bhagavan and Vaishnava, so others than Bhagavan and Vaishnava, yeah? So what will happen? Then samsara. Another word is samsara. Samsara bondage will come, or mayika bondage. If someone is having love for Guru Vaishnava, he'll be able to remain in samsara also. But another type of samsara that is called Krishna samsara. So there are two types of samsara is there. Maya samsara and Krishna samsara. And here we can see Kurukshetra battle started where? In the Dharma place, Dharma Kshetra. That means here only Krishna samsara is possible. Here, this is indication here. But who is still attached to Maya, he will be taken out, like wiped out, like unnecessary plant. That is the meaning. Duryodhana, the elder son of Dhritarashtra, he was an ambitious politician. He was so like we can say, so much faith he was having that I will get victory because my army is stronger, my army is bigger. So I just read the second shloka. I am so strong, I can finish everybody. Just you cannot imagine how I am strong. Sanjayo vacha drishtva tu pandavanikam vyudham duryodanastada acharyam upasangamya raja vachanam abravit. O king, Sanjay said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. So Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. There are three types of andha, the blind person. Janmanda from birth, Kamanda from lust, and Madanda from pride, or we can say also madness. And so Dhritarashtra was blind from birth, Janmanda, and also he was also bereft of spiritual vision. That means due to his attachment, Kamanda, he became Kamanda. He became blind from the last attachment to his son. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion. And he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all pious since birth. So that means he was envious towards Pandavas. Such envy was there. He was not qualified to see spiritually. He was still in this Maya samsara. But Pandavas were in Krishna samsara. That is different. Looks like the same. You look at devotee and you think they are on the same level, but actually devotee in different level. So still he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage. And why he was doubtful? Because of that fear. I told you. That fear comes when we are remaining in our position. We are not trying to develop highest consciousness. We are not trying to develop highest dharma. We're just getting comfortable place. We're getting our everything ready for our enjoyment. So we have no doubt. So this is for my pleasure. Not is not for your pleasure. Whatever comfortable position we're getting in this world, it is just for the highest purpose, the highest dharma. And Sanjay could understand. his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjaya understood, because he was Vaishnava, he could understand that he is having fear. So the idea of Sanjaya was to explain everything nicely so that he can give up his false ego, ahankara. Sanjaya wanted, therefore, to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. So that was the influence of the holy place. And Dhritarashtra was doubtful about that. And Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief, Dronacharya, to inform him of the real position. Although Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the commander and on account of the seriousness of the situation. He was therefore quite fit to be a politician. So Duryodhana is politician. Who is becoming politician in this world? You can understand. Raja doesn't mean only Kshatriya. Everybody is Raja also. In our body. In our body we are king. Maybe we are not having big kshetra, but our small kshetra is there. Kshetragya. So I'm Raja. There is nice story in Srimad Bhagavatam about house with 9 dwara, Navadwara, Navadwara Pura. So, and that is situation here. That one time Raja came to the sage. One time king came to the sage. And he came without crown. He came as disciple, he said. I came to you just, you give me spiritual knowledge, please. So the sage answered, if you are searching for the truth, you will become disciple. But if you are searching just some relief, retirement from your duty, from your dharma, you will become pretender. That means you are fleeing away from your dharma, from your duty. So you just decide who you are. You are just trying to avoid your duty, therefore you took away your crown, or you are really becoming disciple. So that means we are just like this Raja. I am king of my body. So I am coming to my Guruji and saying, Guruji, please give me knowledge. So Guruji is saying, oh, you came humbly, you pay obeisances to me. Yes? So now, why are you paying obeisances to me? Because you want to avoid your duty. You just want to show that you are very humble. You don't want to fight. Only want to hide in my ashram from the world, from your family duties. Or you really want to become disciple. That means your body, my body is not only my kingdom, my body belongs to my Guruji. Everything belongs to my Gurudev. So that is the meaning. So here, Dhritarashtra, he is politician. Why? Because he thinks this kingdom belongs to him. Therefore he is politician. But he doesn't understand that everything belongs to Krishna. And therefore the fear is coming. You will see how he will act with chief commander. Then later we will see. And also the first chapter gives explanation. Duryodhana is, Duryodhana. He is associating with his guru. And Arjuna also associating with Krishna, who is becoming his guru. But in different way. You can see two types of disciples here. one disciple like Duryodhana. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Vachanam Abravit means he is talking the talk. That means just Vachanam Abravit. That means he is speaking too much. So much Vachanam. And his guru is Duryodhana, is Dronacharya, Bhishmadev. They are not really accepting him because he is not listening to them. He just want to control them. He give instructions them. You should do that. You should do that. Like I want. And they say, okay, my disciple wants, okay. Let you take, like you accept whatever you want. You want high position, okay. You want that, okay. But another situation, Arjuna is talking to Krishna. Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I will not fight, but Krishna is silent. Krishna is waiting the moment when Arjuna finished, then Arjuna surrender. Then Krishna chastise him. That is a true relationship. Krishna chastise him because Arjuna is truly accepting him as spiritual master. But Duryodhana is pretending. So this is beginning of Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter, that we should, when we approach spiritual master for knowledge, we should give up our false ego, give up our ahankara, our pride, and just surrender. That is not easy to surrender. First of all, we have to realize our condition in despair. Like, without connection with Guru, I'm in despair. I'm in such a pitiful position. So what can I do? Just only follow this Varna Ashrama Dharma is also not enough. I have to develop this highest consciousness. So I need this Sat Priti, Sat Bhava. There is knowledge, there is relationship also. Because of lack of knowledge, we don't have this Sat Priti. So we have developed love, this love now in dormant stage, eternal love. Because lack of knowledge. But when we are getting knowledge, we develop this Sat Priti, Sat Bhava. Paramananda Moya. So our love with Sat is eternal, therefore very blissful. So when we are walking on the road, we are seeing many persons, but we are not developing relationship with them. Yes? Because we don't have love for them. Sometimes we are angry. If there will be love, then some relationship will be there. Like we have some relationship with Rupa Sanatan Prabhu. So Rupa Sanatan Prabhu, even after so much time, again appeared here. Just to continue this association. And I also want his association. Because we develop some priti. That is understanding. But we can remain in different places of this world. Completely different. Different parts of this world. But this Sat Priti is there, we're always connected. So, therefore, the same, we have love to Krishna in dormant stage. But when immediately one may not be able to develop this love for Sattvastu, or Bhagavan Krishna, yeah? Or Guru Krishna Vaishnava. But if time and again he will come and associate, then slowly his relationship will be established and Priti will be developed. Love will be developed. So when that type of relationship will develop, then one can serve the supreme truth. If you have love for the other than Sattvastu, then what will happen? Temporary object, you will get all types of sufferings. So now this Bhagavad Gita starts from sufferings. Arjuna Vishada. Why? Because without sufferings you cannot realize the value of Krishna consciousness actually. We have to realize sufferings in this world also. Where there will be love, there will be sambandha, there will be anugatya, and finally there will be ananda, bliss. That we should understand here in Bhagavad Gita. Again, where there will be sambandha, where there will be anugatya, there will be priti, as my Guruji Pachtanchand Maharaj told. This is all connected. Anugatya means some submission, submissive following. Yeah? Paraspara paripara. That means one connected with another. Guru Vanugatya, he Vaishnava Dharma, Atma Dharma. So we have listened from Sadguru that Guru Vanugatya or Guru Anugatya, what is it? To follow Guru is Atma Dharma, is Vaishnava Dharma. And retaining our independence is Deha Dharma or Mano Dharma, that is Abhakti. So other type of Dharma, that is Abhakti, and the real Dharma is Sanatana Dharma. And Sanatana Dharma based on relationship with Sadguru, Guru Anugatya, that means submissive following of Guru. So those who remain in Deha Dharma, Mano Dharma or Abhakti, non-devotion stage, they will never get happiness. Very temporary pleasure is there, but so much dukkha, so much suffering is there. So therefore, the father of miseries, father of dukkha is Deha Dharma or Mano Dharma. You understand the Dharma of your body, Dharma of your mind. That's why so much fear is coming, why so much suffering is there. That is the meaning. So, but when one will come to serve Bhagavan Krishna, at the beginning he might get some troubles, some sufferings, but finally it will give so much happiness, so much pleasure. Bhagavat Seva Sukha Janani. So serving to body and mind produces so much miseries. Serving to Bhagavan produces so much bliss, so much happiness. So what we need? We need happiness or distress. No one wants dukkha, no one wants distress or miseries. All they want some happiness. So we must know who is the real father of happiness. The serving to Hari Guru Vaishnava is the father of happiness. So those who are intelligent persons, they will see what is really our need, what we need here. If you love Hari Guru Vaishnava, we should not develop love for anything else, for anybody else. If you develop love for other things other than Hari Guru Vaishnava, then you cannot develop love for Hari Guru Vaishnava. But if you love others other than Hari Guru Vaishnava, then you will get dukkha, only miseries. So that means if you love Hari Guru Vaishnava, all others will also receive our love. But the object of our love will be Hari Guru and Vaishnava. But Vaishnava love everybody. But his main object is Hari Guru and Vaishnava. And you will never be bound up by Maya because he has no Maya Sambandha. You see, what is Maya Samsara? Whatever efforts you are making every day, that is samsara. So you are making which type of efforts? To please your body and mind, that is Maya Samsara. To please Hari Guru Vaishnava, this is Krishna Samsara. That is easy to understand. So what type of bondage we need? We need bondage with Hari Guru Vaishnava, or we need bondage with Maya. So just we should be bound up. Bondage means to be bound up. So we are bound up with Priti Vastu, Bhagavan Krishna. Then we will get eternal pleasure, eternal bliss. And if we bound up with Anitya Vastu, non-eternal one, then we'll get only temporary pleasure, temporary bliss. So this Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, they were hankering for temporary pleasure. And for that temporary pleasure, they accepted so much suffering, so much miseries and fearful condition. That is the meaning of that first shloka also. So we are not ordinary jiva. We are not ordinary living entities. We are human beings, so we can consider, we can think by which we can get eternal bliss. By which thing? So eternal bliss, nitya ananda. Also, you can understand in this question of Dhritarashtra, Kima Kurvata Sanjaya in different level also. How you can understand? Kima Kurvata Sanjaya, that means what? Where is bliss? Where is Ananda? So actually Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, where is Ananda? He is not asking about his sons. He is not asking about his kingdom actually. The real question is, where is Ananda? So when we approach Sadhu, Sadhu gives an answer to us, and Sadhu answers in such a way so that we can develop our consciousness. So therefore Sanjaya is explaining all Bhagavad Gita for Dhritarashtra. Because he understands the real question of Dhritarashtra. It's not question about my sons. It's question about where I can get dukkha, where I can get sukha. Because so much dukkha, so much suffering in this material world. And I want to get eternal bliss. Okay, thank you very much. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, please share your commentary, realization or question, whatever you want.
You talked about 3 types of tapa. What are the 3 types of tapa?
3 types of tapa. This Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, Adhidaivika. Yeah? You know. This one time we were in Sikkim and we were having a problem with water in the ashram, maybe 6 days, no water, and finally I left because I could not stay there. And even when I was sleeping, this bad smell was coming out from the window because we could not flush the water in the toilet like that. And one devotee came from Delhi, and I was chanting japa, and he said, how can you chant if you are not free from 3 tapa? I said, I don't understand you. He said, do you feel 3 tapa? I said, yes. Suffering from my body and mind? Yes. Suffering from others, I'm angry on others? Yes. And suffering from the nature also. If suffering now from 3 tapa, I cannot focus on my japa. He said, so not possible to change japa here. Some can. So our temple president could. He is strong, but I could not. Finally I left this ashram. And for our Russian body, living in India, too much tapasya. Living in India, not easy. So I just tried. But finally came back to my country to recover body. So even sometimes when I give class, people saying, oh, from which state of India you are? You're speaking like Indian. But maybe I can sometimes speak like Indian, but I cannot, body cannot be like Indian. So 3 tapa is there. 3 tapa within our body. So it is like that. Okay. Thank you. So we do continue. Do we continue our regular weekend every Saturday at least? Yeah. Maybe at least some small contribution to our little group. What can I do? I just can share, and I am very grateful that you still faithful to me and still you're ready to listen something. Because whatever I share, I just heard from Sripad Chandra Maharaj mostly, and also my Guru Maharaj. He recently made a book on Russian. This is Bhagavad Gita in his translation and commentary for local people, ordinary people, without Sanskrit, but so nice. Because he is very famous, and some like book publisher, he asked him, can you make your own Bhagavad Gita? Because this Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita difficult to read. So he made this just to help people to come to Prabhupada books. So I just use it now. And now they ask him to make commentary to Srimad Bhagavatam, just to help local, ordinary people, non-devotees, completely just to come to this. That's very interesting. Actually, the thing is that will be many, many commentaries. Yes, we have like Prabhupada commentaries, the main for us. But every Vaishnava, every realized soul, he can have his own also commentary. Because by that we can get wider understanding. That is like one parrot, Shuka. He already touched mango, the mango fruit became more sweet after that. So, okay, Hare Krishna, thank you a lot. Rupa Sanatana Prabhu, Adipurusha Prabhu, and others who are in YouTube and Facebook today. Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyev cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Okay. I wish you have a good day, nice time. Hare Krishna.